Okay, let's come into a seated position this morning. So coming to your mat, let's take a moment here. We're going to settle down. Okay, just feel grounded through your sit bones, both your left as well as your right. Then let your shoulders just relax. Let's close your eyes for a moment. I'm going to start here with a couple of breaths just to get in tune with paying attention to the rhythm that is natural when you first come into your first 2 rounds of breath. And then there, start to deepen your inhales and slow down your exhales. Take your time here. Just pay attention to how the body feels in relation to your breath. Where do you feel the expansion when you take in your inhales? And where do you feel the contraction as you release your exhales? So we're here for a couple breaths just for you to get grounded and for you to just find that mind, body, and breath connection. So before we introduce any movement or any flow, just taking a moment here in stillness, settling down this morning. We're here for 5 rounds of breath, so take your time, no rush. Slow down your breaths, another 4 more rounds. Easing into your last 3 rounds of breath. Last 2 deep inhales, slow exhales. And we're coming into 1 more deep breath. Okay, continue the breath at your own pace. Keep your eyes closed. Before we move into some warm-ups, just in your mind today, this morning, setting an intention for your practice. So whatever that feels like for you today, whatever intention that comes to your mind this morning, maybe something to drive your 60 minutes of practice, or maybe something to drive your entire weekend. So whatever that means for you. Or maybe it can just be something as simple as cleansing out the work week, because we've gone through Mondays to Fridays already. So just let this practice be a cleanse of the entire work week and just welcoming in your weekend. So another 2 more deep breaths here. If you're still setting your intention, go ahead, take your time. Let's come into 1 more deep breath. Let this breath be the one that seals in your intention for today. Now keep the eyes closed. You're just going to roll out the neck. So maybe some of us have just woken up from sleep, so there may be a bit of stiffness in the neck. So take your time here, rolling it out any direction, and you can always reverse the circles at any time. Just another 2 more breaths here. Keep the eyes closed so you just tune in and feel into your body. 1 more deep breath. Now come back to center. Sitting tall, your eyes are still closed. Let's roll your shoulders backwards 3 times. Your spine is still nice and long. And after 3 times, reverse, bringing the shoulders forward another 3 times. So take your time here, make the rolls small or make them big, however that feels good. And when you're ready, come back to center and start to blink your eyes open. Okay, inhale, take your hands up to the ceiling. On your exhale, we twist to the right. So bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand props behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. 1 more time, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twisting back. Come back to center, both hands to the ceiling. Inhale. We switch a twist over to the left. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to twist. 1 more, inhale. Exhale to twist. Come back to center, both hands to the ceiling. Inhale. Bring your right hand down next to your right hip. Exhale. Now keep your left hand up from here. Can you inch your fingers out to the side even more? So your right hand goes away from your hip. Inhale, stretch your left hand out. Exhale, cross over to the other side. So opening out that side body. Option to bring your right elbow down to the mat only if it's available to you. Okay, maybe this is a little too much first thing in the morning, so stay on your palms, open your chest. For 3, side body stretch. For 2, one more, inhale. Exhale, come back up, both hands to the ceiling, inhale. This time left hand down next to your left hip. Keep your right hand stretching out as you crawl the fingers out to the side away from your hip. Okay, again, your option, yeah? You can stay on your palm, or you can come down onto your elbows, stretching the top hand up to the ceiling. Exhale, cross overhead. Now press down into both your hips, so try not to lift any of your hips from the mat. Open and look up to the ceiling. Stay for 3. Staying for 2. One more, inhale. Exhale, come back up, both hands to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, hands down by your side. Okay, from here, extend your feet forward. So straighten your legs to the top of your mat. Flex your feet. Okay, so we're going to go for a forward fold. You can start by having a small bend in your knees first. So don't go too much into the hamstrings first thing in the morning, yeah? So from here, inhale, hands up and overhead. Stretch out the side body. Exhale, you're going to reach forward. Don't reach down. I want you to reach for the top of your mat. Try and keep a flat back as much as you can. Stay here. So feel the flexion into your hips. Stay for 3. Keep reaching the fingers forward. Chest is lifted for 2. One more, inhale. Exhale, come back up to the ceiling. Inhale, hands up. Same thing, exhale, halfway fold, reach your fingers a little bit more to the front, stay here. Try and keep that nice flat back as much as you can for 3. Stay for 2. One more, inhale. Exhale, come right back up, inhale. This time we're going to do a full forward fold. Exhale, relax your upper body down. Your knees can remain bent here. We're going to take a couple breaths. So with every inhale, you're creating space in the body. Every exhale, either stay where you are or inch your heels slightly forward without losing your belly touching your thighs. Another 3 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale. You can stay where you are. Don't have to go any further. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Stay in your seated forward fold. Relax your head down. Stay. Breath of 1. Breath of 2, feel your hamstrings. Notice how it feels. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. And slowly come back up, hands to the ceiling. Inhale. Release the hands down by your side. Exhale. Okay, this time you're straightening your legs. Flex your left toes to the ceiling. Bend your right knee and step the foot onto the mat. Okay, so from the front, it'll be like this, yeah? Now from here, you're going to cross that right foot over to the outside of your left thigh. Sit tall. Your spine is lengthened. Left toes flexed up to the ceiling. Now take your left hand to the ceiling. Inhale. Option 1, going for a twist. So either you hug the knee and twist to the right, right hand to the back, or hook the elbow outside of the knee, your choice. Okay, so if you're hooking, pressing the elbow into the knee press back into the elbow, create a bit of resistance here. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. So try not to drop your spine down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Slowly release. Release the crossing of the legs. We're going to switch sides. So when you're ready, your left foot onto the mat. Okay? In your own time, cross the foot over outside of your thigh. You're still sitting tall. Flex into your right toes. 1 breath here. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, take your right hand up. Inhale. Exhale, either hug the knee, release the other hand to the back, or hook the elbow outside of the knee. Whichever option, sit tall. So lengthen your spine. If you're hooking, you have a bit of resistance to work with. So press into the knee and press back into your triceps. 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale to twist. And slowly release. Come back to center. Straighten out your legs. Shake it out. From here, cross your ankles. Bring your palms forward, tabletop position. So coming up into all fours. Take a moment to adjust here. Spread out your fingers, tuck your toes behind you. So aligning your shoulders with your wrists, your hips with your knees. Okay, normal cat-cow first. So 3 rounds. Spread out your fingers, tuck your toes behind you. Inhale to arch the back, looking up to the ceiling. Exhale to curl. So draw your belly in, round the back, spread out your shoulder blades. 2 more sets. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, gaze up. Exhale to round. How slow can you move? Feel the movement in your spine. One more time, inhale, open up. Exhale, draw the belly in. Now hold this last one here. As you round the back a little higher, look down between your hands, stay. Belly drawing in, you're feeling the scoop of the belly inwards for 3. Stay for 2. One more, inhale. Exhale, come back to a neutral tabletop. So you're almost like a flat back, yeah? So from here, you're gonna step your right foot outside of your right palm, okay? So still in tabletop, but we're taking right foot outside of your right palm. As if you're in lizard, but a really short lizard because we're coming from a tabletop position. Now from here, you have options. If you have your blocks with you, you can use them because it will give you a bit more space. So your palms can be under the blocks. Okay, so check it out first. You may not need blocks. From here, think of cat-cow with the one leg forward, yeah? So from here, inhale, open and arch. Exhale, round your back, scoop your belly in. Same thing like cat-cow, but with one leg in lizard. Okay, if you need your blocks, grab your blocks now. 2 more sets. Inhale, open and arch. Exhale, round the back. One more time, inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in. Hold this last one, stay here. Stay here for 3. Stay for 2. One more, inhale, look down. Stay, exhale. Okay, come back to neutral position. Remove your blocks, so set them aside. Palms down onto your mat. Now from here, tuck into your left toes, which is your back toes. You're gonna open it out to the left. Okay, so left toes, slide out to the left, outside of your mat. Step your right leg straight back. Ground into your right heel. Take your right hand up and overhead. Inhale. Exhale, fingers reaching for the front of your mat. Open your chest. Staying here for 3. Staying for 2. One more, inhale. Exhale, now from here, you're going to press down into your right foot really strong. Come all the way up. Open your hands into shoulder level. Okay, stay here. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, right hand goes down your right thigh. And take your left hand up this time. Bring your left fingers overhead towards the back of your mat. Open your chest. Look up to the ceiling. For 3. For 2. For 1. Come back up. Hands open up into shoulder width. Bring your left palm down into the bottom again. So left hand down, right hand up. Bring your right hand up and overhead again. One more time, side body stretch. One breath here, inhale. Exhale, from here, look down. Bring your right palm down, plank pose. So lift your left knee off the mat. Coming into your first high plank, stay here for 3. For 2. For 1, take your knees down. Chest and chin down, exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Your first down dog this morning, give it a bit of movement. So walking out your legs in place, bending your knees. Now take your time, any movement here, feel free to shake your head, nod your head. Check that your palms are spread wide, pressing down firm. 2 more breaths in your first down dog. Let's do 1 more deep breath here. Okay, when you're ready, look forward. Walk your way to the top of your mat, small baby steps. You can bend your knees or keep your legs straight, your choice. Come into your halfway, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up, hands to the ceiling, inhale. Bring your hands to your heart, exhale. Okay, left side, inhale, take your hands up high. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Step straight back into your downward dog from here. Exhale, feet to the back of your mat. Catch your breath here. Give it 3 breaths in your down dog. Breath of 1. Always feel the active press of your palms into the mat. So don't let the down dog be lazy. Let it be active. 2 more deep breaths. Let's do 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, drop your knees down, tabletop position again 1 more time. So you're onto your all fours. This time your left foot outside of your left palm. Okay, so if you need your blocks, you're going to bring your hands up onto your blocks already, yeah? So from here, whenever you're ready, come into your cat-cow lizard. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop the belly in, press the floor or press the blocks. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, round. 1 more. Inhale, squeeze the knees into the side of the body. Exhale, round. Let's stay here for 3. Stay for 2. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, neutralize your spine. Okay, so now from here, you're going to tuck into your right toes. Slide the toes out to the back. Okay, so your toes will come outside of your mat. Extend your leg all the way back. So left toes all the way to the back of your mat. Ground into your foot. Take your left hand up. Bring the fingers up and overhead. So feel the side body stretch on this side. Breath of 1, excuse me. Breath of 2. 1 more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now press down firm into your left foot. Come all the way up. Open your hands, shoulder level. Bring your left hand down the thigh. Right hand up and bring it overhead. Open and look up to the ceiling. Stay 3. Stay for 2. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Come back up to standing. Open up your hands, shoulder level. Bring your right palm down. Left hand comes back up to the ceiling and bring your fingers overhead. Open up to the ceiling 1 more time. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale, look down. Left palm down. Meet us in high plank. So right knee off the mat. Okay, catch your breath. 3 breaths here. Holding a strong plank position. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. Stay here. Core in, shoulders working. Inhale. Knees down. Chest, chin down. Exhale. Cobra pose. Inhale. And we come back into your downward facing dog. Exhale in your own time. Slow down here. Give it 3 breaths. Again, movement is completely okay if that feels good. Otherwise, finding stillness in your down dog. Breath of 2. 1 more deep breath. Okay, from here, look forward. We're going to take again small baby steps to find your way to the top of your mat. Take your time here. Once you're there, find flat back. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Come all the way up, hands to the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, close your eyes for a moment. Give yourselves 3 breaths here, standing tall. So we're starting in a Tadasana. For the next flow, stay, close your eyes. Breath of 1, settle the breath. Breath of 2, coming back into stillness in midst of your flow. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Okay, blinking your eyes open. Now from here, we're going to take chair pose. So bring your knees and your feet together. Bend into your knees, send your hips back, and take your hands next to your ears. Now, just do a quick check here. Looking down at your toes, make sure you can see all 10 toes. If you can't, your hips need to go back a little bit more. Draw the belly in. Stay here. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Don't change the shape of your body. Take your hands to the back. Interlace your fingers. Okay, now from here, you're going to draw the hands away from the lower back. So your upper body will come into a little arch, like a little back bend. So no longer in chair, but your knees are still bent. Stay here. Draw the palms away from your lower back if you can. Press the palms together. No space between your right and your left palm. Stay here. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, think of folding the body halfway, just halfway. And then take your left leg back. Warrior 3. Extend your left leg back. Keep flexing the foot down. Keep your left leg strong. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Release left toes to the back of your mat. Okay, high lunge. Keep your hands interlaced. Open through the chest. Draw your hands away from the back for 3. For 2. For 1. From here, ground into your back heel. So left foot press down. Inhale, lengthen. Humble warrior. Fold inside of your right knee. Exhale. Bring your palms up and overhead. Can you press your palms together? No space between your right and your left palm. Keep your legs strong. Front leg bent. Back leg pressed down really firm. Stay for 3. Staying for 2. 1 more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, halfway lift. So you're going to look forward. Keep your hands interlaced. Straighten the front leg, but your body's still folded, yeah? Now from here, can you turn your right toes inwards? So now we're facing the left long edge of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, take your forward fold, draw your hands up and overhead. Strong legs to keep you here, so engage your thigh muscles. Don't dump all the weight into your knees and your ankles, yeah? Stay. Breath of 1. Breath of 2, palms still firm, pressing in. 1 more inhale. Exhale, now from here, halfway lift. Release the interlace, fingertips down underneath your face. Okay, so you're in a halfway lift. We're going to crawl back to the front of your mat. Turn your right toes forward. Coming up into standing split. So take your left leg up to the ceiling. Point your left toes up. Walk your fingers in line with your right foot. Fold a little closer to your right shin. Standing leg can be bent, so don't worry about that, yeah? Stay. Breath of 1. Strong leg. Your lifted leg keeps pointing. Use the glute, your butt muscles to work. Stay for 2. 1 more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, look forward. Crawl your fingers slightly ahead of your right foot. Can you bring your left knee to your chest, round your back? It's like a crunch. Okay, stay here. Left knee to chest. Inhale. Exhale, coming into a pistol squat. So flex your left foot. Take your left leg forward. Lower your hips. Hover your hips 2 inches off your mat. Everyone's okay? If you have your blocks, you can use for your hands. Okay, otherwise, your fingertips on the mat or start to extend your hands forward. Keep flexing your left toes. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. Your blocks can help you, yeah? 1 more, inhale. Exhale, now fingertips down, either on your blocks or on the mat. You're gonna come back up into a standing splits. Don't touch the mat, left leg up to the ceiling. Folding your head towards your right shin or your right knee again 1 more time. Catch your breath for 3. Catch your breath for 2. Make sure you're breathing. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, from here look forward. Release your left toes all the way to the back of your mat. Ground your palms. And then take your right leg to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. Stay here. 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. From here, look forward. You're going to shift forward. You can come into a full plank. Okay. And then take chaturanga. Or 1-legged chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra upward facing. Your choice. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Catch your breath. 3 slow breaths here. Breath of 1. Always know you have the option, yeah? So you don't have to do 1-legged chaturanga. You can either come back into a plank, take a chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. 1 more deep breath in your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, whenever you're ready, look forward. Let's step your right leg forward. Left leg forward, top of your mat. Straight into chair pose. Bend your knees. Take your hands next to your ears. Strong belly drawing in. Your knees are squeezing in together as well as your feet. You're pushing your hips back. Stay for 3. Staying for 2. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace your hands at your lower back. So draw your hands away from the back. Come into a little arch into your upper back. Stay here. 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now this time you're going to fold halfway. Right leg is going to reach back into your warrior 3. So keep flexing your toes here. Keep drawing the hands away from the back. 3. For 2. For 1, release the toes all the way to the back. High lunge. Keep your hands behind you. Open the chest. For 3. For 2. For 1, ground your back heels down. Inhale, open your chest. Humble warrior. We fold inside of your left knee. So again, strong legs here. Draw your hands up and overhead. Feel the opening through your left hip. Feel the strength anchoring you down with your back foot and feel your shoulders releasing overhead. Stay. 3. Staying for 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Halfway lift with your torso. Keep your hands behind you. Straighten your left leg. Turn your toes inwards. So we're now facing that right side of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding down. Both legs are straight if you can. Otherwise, keep a small bend in your knees. Engage through your leg muscles a little bit more. Stay. Fold a little bit more. Draw your hands up and overhead. 3. Staying for 2. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway lift. Release your fingers down to the floor or the mat. Crawl your way back to the front of your mat. Turn your left toes forward. Okay, standing splits when you're ready. Right toes to the ceiling. As you take your fold a little closer to your left shin. You can walk your hands in line with the foot. Or if you need space, bring your fingers slightly forward. Stay. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. Stay with the breath. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, from here, look slightly ahead of you. You can bring your fingers slightly forward. Now we're going to crunch that knee in, yeah? So right knee to your chest. Think of this as knee to nose in a way. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, flex the right foot. Pistol squat. Take the leg forward. Hover your hips off the mat. So again, you have the blocks there if you need them. Otherwise, no blocks. Fingers down or fingers reach up, unsupported pistol squat. Staying here, keep activating your toes for 3. Stay for 2. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, release your fingers down on your blocks or on your mat. We're going to come back to that standing split. So bring the knee back into the chest. Roll the leg back up to the ceiling. Folding just a little bit more if you can. Stay. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Okay, looking forward. You can bring your fingers slightly forward. Release your right toes all the way to the back of your mat. Press your palms down. Left leg up. 3-legged dog. So catching 1 full breath here first. Inhale. Exhale. Come on forward. Either plank, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, or 1-legged chaturanga. Cobra up dog. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Catching your breath. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. 1 more cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take your first child's pose. Drop your knees down. Slow down your breath. 3 deep breaths here. Take your time. Two more breaths. 1 last breath. Okay, you can stay in child's pose a little longer or come up for a water break if you need one. Wipe your sweat. Everyone's okay? Shireen, you okay? Chayin, you okay? Charmaine, Vivian. These are the ones I can see on screen. Okay. Wow, I'm sweating. I don't know about you guys. Okay. Have some water. 2 more breaths, okay? Wherever you guys are, whether you're in child's pose or you're sitting up. Or Chayin, your screen frozen for a bit. It's okay. 1 more breath here. Okay, whenever you guys are ready, let's come back into your downward facing dog. Okay, so find your hips coming back up to the ceiling. We're building upon that flow, yeah? So a bit of repetition, just a little bit, and then it extends from there. We're working towards a peak pose today, all right? Take your hips up to the ceiling. Catch another 3 breaths in your downward dog. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Okay, looking forward. Stepping your left foot forward. Right foot forward, come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up, inhale, hands to the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart, exhale. Okay, so next flow, we come back into your chair pose. Sweep your hands next to your ears. Bend into your knees. Take your hips. Staying in your chair, breath of 1. Breath of 2. 1 more, inhale. We're moving a little faster. Exhale. Hands interlace your fingers, open through the chest. Draw the hands away from your back. Upper body comes down halfway. Left leg back, warrior three. Just one breath this time. Keep flexing your foot. Inhale. Exhale, step your left leg all the way to the back. Come into your high lunge. Open through the chest. Draw the palms away from your back. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, ground your back heel down. Inhale. Humble warrior. Fold inside of your right knee. Bring your hands overhead. Exhale. We pause here for 3 breaths. Feel the deep hip flexion on the right leg and the strong anchoring through your back leg. Breath of 2. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right, come into your halfway lift. Straighten your right leg. Turn your toes inwards. So facing the left side of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold your hands overhead a little bit more than the previous round if you can't stay. Strong legs. Now see if you can tip your weight towards your toes a little bit more, a little less weight in your heels. As if you want to tip forward, yeah, but your legs are strong enough to hold you there. That's when you know you have to engage into your thigh muscles. 3. Stay for 2. Stay one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway lift. Release your fingers down onto the mat. Okay, we crawl back to the front of your mat. Turn your right toes forward. Standing splits. Pick up your left leg to the ceiling. Fold your forehead towards your right shin, your right knee. Stay here. After this, we're adding on, yeah? Stay for 3. Staying for 2. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, look forward. Bring your fingers slightly forward. Both knees bent. Can you tap left knee behind the right? Okay, so it's crossed at the back, yeah? Left knee crossed over behind the right knee. Get light on your fingers. When you're ready, hands to your heart. Shiva squat. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to twist in your Shiva squat. Can you hook left elbow outside of your right knee? Nothing else changes. Stay for 3. For balance, look down to your mat for 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Step your left leg all the way to the back. High lunge prayer twist. So keep your prayer hands hooked outside of your right knee. Press into the bottom palm so you're twisting more. 3. For 2. For 1. Warrior 2. Come all the way up. Open and look towards your right fingers. Stay here. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse your warrior. Right hand up. Left hand down. Keep the bend in your front knee. 3. For 2. For 1. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Reach your right fingers forward. Bring your hand down to the shin. It doesn't need to come down to the mat as you take left hand up. Open your chest. Stay for 3. For 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale. From here, look down. Bend into your right knee. Bring your left hand down. Pick up your back heel. Simple twist. Right hand to the ceiling. Okay, staying here for 3. For 2, look up to your fingers. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now don't change anything, but can you look down to your mat? From here, we're going to drag the left knee behind the right. One more time. But this time, sit all the way down onto your mat. Everyone's here? Okay, so your right foot is outside of your left thigh, yeah? Sit tall. We're going to do a twist again. Take your left hand up. Inhale. Exhale. Hook outside of your right knee. Bring your right hand to the back. Sitting tall in your twist for 3. Stay for 2. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now release your upper body from the twist, but keep your right foot outside of your left thigh. Both hands come down to the left side of your mat. Okay, everyone's here? Both hands down to the left side of your mat. Your right shoulder is inside of your right knee. Stay here. One breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now from here, can you straighten your left leg? Everyone can see? Left leg straight. Now lean your body down a little bit more, closer to the left side of your mat. Okay, let me shift a bit so you guys can see. Now I'm here. I'm going to go into baby grasshopper. I'm going to press my left palm down onto the mat. Right hand is going to reach for my outer left foot. Okay, so right hand reaching for the outer left foot. Now, if it's too far, this is where you use your towel. Okay, whatever towel or strap that you have, hook it around your foot. Everyone can do grasshopper, yeah? So it's whether you have the props with you or not. So you already know whether you can reach your foot or not. If it's too much, use something to help you extend the hand a little longer. If you don't need it, just grab hold of the baby toe side of your left foot. Okay, press down into your left palm. Grab hold of the outer side of your left foot really strong. Press down into your right foot. The base of this pose will be your left palm and your right foot. When you're ready, you're gonna just rock the body forwards and backwards 3 times. On the 3rd time, maybe lift the butt off the mat. Baby grasshopper. Okay, I'm gonna come and see. You guys got it? Yes, give it a try. Go, Chayin. You have to lean your body down, yeah? Yes, but careful of your wall. So you might want to shift your butt backwards a little bit just to give yourself space. Yes, you can. The right hand holding on to the outer left foot needs to be really strong, yeah? So the toes need to be flexed. Shireen, are you resting? Okay, yes, you can. Yes, lift your butt off the mat, yes. Now a little challenge for those who are able to lift off. Upper body goes lower like chaturanga arms, okay? So if you're okay, you can lift your butt off the mat. Take a little lower upper body from there. Okay, so instead of just coming up, you're bending the elbows, coming down halfway. Okay, so give that a try. For those who are practicing without video, hope you guys are doing okay. Remember, you always have the towel or the strap to extend your hands a little longer to grab hold of your foot. Okay, for those who've got it, bend your elbows, take a bit of chaturanga. Vivian, your elbow shouldn't be on the mat, yeah? The left elbow. Stay on your palm. So both hands, yeah, you're on your palm instead of elbow. Yes, so you can bend like chaturanga. Yes, there you go. Okay, engage into your left leg even more. Okay, one more breath wherever you are. Then we're going to continue with the flow. Go, Charmaine, you got it? Your elbows need to bend a little bit more, yeah? Yes. Shireen, last try. Go for it. Yes. Roll your upper body lower. Yes. Stay here. One breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, everyone release. Sit down onto your mat. Uncross your legs. So we're here. All right? Just release. Come back to the front. Cross your ankles. Take downward facing dog, step all the way back. One breath in your down dog here. Stay. Inhale, side out, exhale. From down dog, roll forward, high plank. Inhale. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, your choice. Exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Pause here. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. One more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, look forward. Step right foot forward, left foot forward, top of your mat, straight to chair pose. Bend the knees, sweep your hands up. So remember, core is tight, yeah? Draw the belly in, send your hips back a little bit more. 3. Stay. 2. Stay. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the back. Interlace your fingers. Come into that little arch in your upper back. Draw the hands away from your back. Inhale. Exhale, fold the body halfway. Right leg back into warrior 3. Activate your right toes. Just one breath. Inhale. Exhale, release the toes to the back. High lunge. Open your chest. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, press the back heel down. Inhale. Humble warrior, folding inside your knee. Exhale. Take a pause here. Breath of 1, feel into your left hip flexors and the strength coming from your right leg grounding down. Draw your shoulders up and overhead. Breath of 2. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, upper body half lift. Straighten your left leg. Turn the toes inwards. So now you're at the right side of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your fold. Draw your hands up and overhead a little bit more. Tip your weight to your toes a little bit more. Staying here, breath of 1. Breath of 2. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, halfway lift. Release your fingers down to the mat. Crawl back to the front, turn your left toes forward, standing splits, right leg to the ceiling. So see if you can get a little bit more engagement into your right glutes to help you lift the right leg a little bit more. Think of pointing your toes a little bit more. Stay for 3. Staying for 2. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Now from here, look forward. You can bring your fingers slightly forward. Both knees bent. Shiva squat. This time, right knee behind the left. So make sure it's crossed over, yeah? So the right knee is crossed to the left and it's behind the left knee. Point your toes to the butt. When you're ready, get light on your fingers, hands to your heart. Staying here for 3, for 2, one more inhale. Exhale, we're going to take a twist here. Right elbow outside of your left knee. Staying for 3. You can look down for 2. For 1, step your right leg back. Twisted high lunge. Keep the prayer twist over to the left. For 3. For 2. One more inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Coming up. Open up your hands. Bend into your left knee. Look to your left fingers. Stay 3. Stay 2. One more inhale. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand goes up, right hand down the back thigh. Keep the bend in your front knee. 3. For 2. For 1. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Reach your left hand forward. Left hand down to the shin, right hand up. Now make sure you feel like you're leaning back here. Don't collapse the chest. For 3. For 2. One more inhale. Exhale, don't change anything. Look down, bend into your left knee. Simple twist, right palm down. Back heel turns up, left hand up. Look to your left fingers. For 3. For 2. One more inhale. Exhale, don't change anything. Look down to your mat. We're going to bring right knee behind the left again. One more time. Sit all the way down to your mat. Okay, so we're back in the twist. Right hand up when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand to the back. Sit tall, stay. For 3. Breath of 2. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release the twist. Don't change your lower body. Both hands down over to the right side of your mat. Okay, take a moment here. Counter twist first. You can bend your elbows, lower your head down. Stay. For 3. For 2. One more inhale. Exhale. Okay, from here, right leg straight. Okay, so your right leg straighten out. We're preparing for that baby grasshopper again, yeah? So if you need your towel or your strap, you can get that ready. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to take the body down. Left hand reaches for the outer right foot. Same thing on this side, yeah? So your base in this position will be your right palm and your left foot pressing down firm into your mat. Okay, again, if your hand doesn't reach the outer foot, use your prop to help you. Wherever you are, we're just going to find a bit of momentum, swinging backwards and forwards 3 times. On your 3rd time, butt off the mat. Okay, if you're really high up and you're comfortable here, bend your elbow like chaturanga arms. Body is parallel to the mat. So find your option when you come and check. So feel into this side of the body, yeah? May not be the same as the earlier side. Good, Chayin. Yes. Bring your upper body lower down. Yes. Your shoulders down more. Yes, there you go. Press down into your palm and that foot. When you're ready, butt off the mat. Yes, you got it, you got it. A bit more, yes. Now you just have to sustain. 3, sustain for 2. One more, inhale. Okay, sit down, exhale, good job. Shireen, you okay? Okay, you're fine. Charmaine, you okay? Oh, good. Vivian, you okay? Yay! Okay, all right. You guys want to do it one more time or all okay? This side seems easier for you guys, huh? Chayin, one more try. Go for it. Yep, grab hold of your baby toe side of your foot. Yes. Yes, nice. Can you lower upper body a little bit, just a little bit, which means your butt needs to go higher a little bit. Yes, stay here. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Okay, everyone, release your legs. Come back into a down dog, whichever position. Cross your ankles. Bring your hands forward. Downward facing dog. Step back. Catching one full breath here, sigh the breath out of your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now from here, roll forward, high plank. We're going to take your flow, yeah? Inhale, plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, your choice. Cobra or upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Catching 3 breaths here. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Okay, one last little drill that will take us into a variation of your grasshopper, yeah? So earlier on what you did was the baby grasshopper. So we're going to do a variation today. Take your right leg up to the ceiling. Come into a 3-legged dog. Open up into scorpion tail. So bend your right knee. Send the knee up to the ceiling. Point your toes towards your left butt. Stay 3. For 2. For 1, look forward. Lizard pose, step your foot outside of your right palm. Bring your left knee down to your mat. Open your chest. Come into your lizard pose. Stay here for 3. Stay here for 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to come down to your elbows. If this is not accessible, use your blocks. So you're going to use your blocks to bring the elbows a little higher, okay? So elbows can be on the mat if it's okay for your hips, or elbows onto your blocks. So find your option here. Always remember, props are there to help you. So to make the practice a bit safer for you, yeah, if you need to. Stay here. Now, instead of splaying the knee open, can you hug that right knee into the side of the body? Stay for 3. Feel the opening and deep flexion into your right hips and the stretch into your left quads and hip flexors for 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Okay, slowly come back up onto your palms. Now from here, we're going to bring right shoulder under the right knee, okay? So you might need to push your hips back just to bring the shoulder under the knee, that's fine. All right, so find your option here. I find it's easier and it's a bit more helpful when I push the hips back and I bring the shoulder under the knee. Now from here, bring your palms down to your mat. And can you bring that knee back on top of your ankle, so re-bend into that right knee. You can stay here or Superman your hands, reach your hands back like you're flying. You can stay here or tuck into your back toes, lift the left knee off your mat. If it's too much, release your hands down, release your knees down to the mat. Okay, wherever you are, doesn't matter. Knees down, knees off, hands down, hands off, doesn't matter. We're gonna hold. For 3, for 2, 1 more inhale. Exhale, bring your palms down, bring your back knee down. Remove your blocks from your mat. Press your palms down, downward facing dog. Step your right leg back. Catch your breath here. Breath of 1. This will make sense shortly, yeah? Breath of 2. 1 more deep breath, inhale. Exhale. Okay, now this time left leg comes up to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. In your own time, bend the knee, open into your scorpion tail. Left knee high up to the ceiling. As you bring the left foot a little closer to touch your right butt. Stay for 3. Staying for 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale, look forward, lizard pose. Outside of your left palm, right knee to the mat. Stay here first. So open through the chest. Chest is open, but feel the weight sinking forward and down. Stay for 3. For 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. We're going to come down to your elbows again. If you need your blocks, use your blocks. Okay, so when you're ready, squeeze the left knee into the side of the body. Stay wherever you are. For 3. Staying for 2. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Slowly come back up. Going to bring left shoulder under the left knee. Okay, if it helps you to push the hips back slightly just to create the connection between the shoulder and the knee, go ahead. Only when you're ready, bring the knee on top of your ankle, so re-bend the knee. You can keep your hands down on your mat. You can open into Superman. You can keep your knees down, or you can tuck into your right toes, lift the knee off your mat. Strong back leg to support, stay wherever you are. For 3, for 2, One more, inhale. Exhale, palms down, knee down to the mat. Bring your hands back to the front, downward facing dog, left leg back. Catch your breath. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. One more deep breath, inhale. Child's pose, exhale. Drop your knees down. Okay, catch your breath here. 3 slow breaths. Two more breaths. One last breath here. Inhale, exhale. Okay, slowly come up. Can have your water break, guys. I'm going to demonstrate the peak pose for tonight, which will be, I don't know what it's called. I'm calling it the sleeping grasshopper lizard, okay? So it's slightly easier than the grasshopper we did earlier, but it has an element of lizard in it. I'm going to demonstrate first. You guys can chill, have your water. Sitting up tall. You guys can still hear me, right? I'm just checking. Can still hear me, right? Okay, all right. So for this pose, we're going to start seated. Yeah, move all these things. Sitting tall, like you're going to come into a forward fold. Just like your grasshopper earlier, I'm going to bend one knee. I'm going to start with the right leg. And then step the foot outside of my left thigh. Okay, think of grasshopper. So I'm going to angle my foot out to the left. So my foot is facing you guys. I'm going to bring my shoulder to the inside of the knee. At this position we were at earlier, yeah? This was the baby grasshopper we did earlier. Now we're not going to lift the butt, okay? We're also not going to grab hold of the foot. So in this variation is a sleeping version. So what's going to happen is, for the first one, we're going to crawl the fingers forward. Come as close as you can to your mat. Okay, from here, you're going to come back up. Now you're going to lean into your left hand. Left hand is your base to help shift the weight to the left a little bit. I'm going to bring my right knee over my right shoulder, like the lizard pose that we did earlier, okay? So I'm going to bring as high up as I can. Now from here, I want to point my right toes. So belly point my right toes so that I can slowly step the foot down onto the mat. My fingers are on fingertips, cupping the mat. And from here, you want to think of like a haunted grasshopper pose here, like a hantu version. So body wants to come down as low as you can. This is the pose. Okay, there's a lot of engagement happening into your core and into your side body. So the more you use the center to work, the less pressure into your tippy toe here. Okay, so let's give that a try. I'm going to cue you guys in. So even though you're seated, there's some core action going on, right? So straighten your legs to the top of your mat first. Step your right foot on the mat. Cross the foot outside of your left thigh. So go for it. I'll cue you guys in. Now, once you've got your right foot outside of your left thigh, can you angle that right foot out to the left? So instead of pointing to the front of your mat, turn the toes to the left. So your body is already twisted to the left from here. Right shoulder inside of your right knee. We're going to sleep first, yeah? So crawl your hands forward and slowly relax your head down for a moment. Feel the deep twist and the deep adduction of your inner thighs here. Stay. Breath of 1. If it's too much, you don't have to bring the forehead down. You can stay on your palms. Breath of 2. I just want you to feel into the twist. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right, lift your head, come back up. So crawl your fingers back in, but you're still twisted to the left. Bring your left palm to the back a little bit, give space. Okay, press down into your left palm. Lean the weight to the left a little bit so you can hook right knee over right shoulder. Okay, so it doesn't need to be so high, maybe somewhere here. Whatever you do, don't hook at your elbow crease because that might impact into your joints, okay? So just be careful. Now start to belly point your right toes. From here, now the weight is into your left hand. Can you readjust the weight back to center? Right fingers cupping the mat, left fingers cupping the mat. Have your toes touch down onto the mat. Stay here. This is the pose. So the more you draw in from your center, the less pressure into your right tippy toes. Okay, sleeping grasshopper lizard. Let me see what's happening. As much as you can, upper body goes lower. Vivian, you can. Bend your elbows. Bend your elbows, Vivian. Yes. Think chaturanga on your fingertips. Yes. So use your core and your obliques to keep you up, keep you a little bit stronger. Yeah. Stay. Go, Shireen. Can lower down a little bit more. Go, Charmaine. Chayin, you okay? Yes. Bend your elbows, Chayin. Don't keep your elbows straight. Bend your elbows. Whew, stay. 3. Keep pointing your toes for 2. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come up. Release the leg. Shake it up. Everyone's okay? Was everybody too relaxed? Use your core, yeah, guys? Obliques and core. The more you use from the center, the less weight into your tippy toes, okay? Let's try the other side. So sit tall again. Your legs to the front. This time, left foot on the mat. Step your left foot outside of your right thigh. Angle your foot out to the side. Okay, so you guys know what to do. Shoulders on the inside of the knee. Take sleeping grasshopper first. Walk your hands out to the side. And rest. You don't have to come all the way down onto your mat. Just feel into the deep twist and the deep adduction squeezing in of your inner thighs together. Stay. Breath of 1. Breath of 2. 1 more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your head. Come back up. Now, right palm, move it to the back a little bit. Shift your weight into the right hand. I'm going to drape that left knee over the left thigh. Okay, so take your time here. You can adjust before coming down. Okay, so take your time. Feel into the body. Point your left toes when you're ready. Now, you're going to reach left fingers for the mat. Right fingers start to cup on the mat as you bring your left toes down. As much as you can, bend your elbows as if you want to bring the body a little lower to the mat. Okay, so think of chaturanga arms here, 90 degrees, but on your fingertips. Use your core, use your oblique muscles here to keep the body upright a little bit more nice. Go, Chayin. Take your time. Yes, nice, Vivian. Very nice. Charmaine, good job. Go, Shireen. Go, Chayin. Bend your elbows. Tip your toes down. Stay. Last 3. Everyone stay. Last 2. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Release. Okay. Just take a very gentle forward fold from here. Both legs to the top of your mat. Inhale. Hands up. Exhale. Everything soft. Passive fold. Relax the body down. Let your head and your neck completely relax. It's okay if your back is slightly rounded in this one. Think of this as your yin posture. Just 3 more breaths here. Last 2, slow down the breath. 1 more deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And really slowly peel your body up, sitting up tall again. Now from here, just get 1 block ready. We're going to end with 1 pose lying on the block, okay? Just have it by the side of your mat. Lie down onto your mat. Take your time. Come all the way down. Now bend your knees. Have your feet stepping down on the mat. Now press down into your feet. Can you slide that block under your butt? Okay, so where your tailbone is, there's a bone there at your butt. You're going to set your butt down onto the block. So it's not at the lower back. It's slightly under the lower back. Okay, you can stay here with your knees bent, your feet on the mat, hands open up wide, or straighten out your legs as if you're in Shavasana, but they're into your as well as your hips. Okay, so find your option here. This is a supported bridge pose. This helps to open up the front line of the body since we've been doing a lot of folding, a lot of rounding, especially when we were working into Grasshopper. So just checking that the block is not touching your lower back, yeah? It's slightly under that. We're here for 10 breaths. Let the body start to relax. This may feel good to you, this may feel uncomfortable to you, depending on the condition of the body today. As long as there's no sharp reaction or response to this pose, can you stay in this pose in stillness and let the breath help you find a bit of release. Slow everything down from your breath to your body as well as to your mind here. This is your last pose for today. Just another 5 more deep breaths. Last 2 breaths. One more deep breath here. Okay, you have the choice now to stay in this position for your Shavasana if this feels good. Or if you wish to remove the block, you can re-bend your knees, step your feet on the mat, and then just lift your hips away from the block, slide it out, and come back down onto your mat for your final resting pose. But if this is comfortable, you can stay here. Let the front of your body expand and open up. Wherever you are, coming back into stillness, we're just here for 1 more minute. Take your time. Now those who have the block underneath you, and begin to remove the block. So bend your knees, feet on the mats, and just slide the block out. Have your hips down onto your mat again. And now from here, everyone start to wriggle out and bring your knees into your chest whenever you're ready. Take your time, no rush here. Once you've got your knees into your chest, start to rock the spine. Release just any sensitivity into your lower back or any stiffness. 1 more deep breath here. Now coming onto any side of your mat, depending on your space, rest there for a moment. Keep your eyes closed, just 1 full breath here. Using your free hand to press down into the floor, let's come up into your seated pose, facing the top of your mat. Now close down your eyes again 1 more time. Relax your shoulders. Just 1 breath on your own here first. Now next inhale, have your hands up and overhead. Hands to your heart, exhale. Keep your hands to your heart, bow your head to your fingers, take an inhale. Bring your forehead down to your mat, exhale. And thank you so much, yogis, for spending your Saturday afternoon, morning, afternoon, one of those. Namaste, I always forget. Namaste.